Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Community Highlight or StoryTime, I like to call it because that's what it really turned out to be, where I go around and, well, not go around because quarantine, I Zoom interview call local businesses and get to know them. The whole idea is to kind of form a personality behind the businesses that we pass by every day. And I know everyone's stuck at home, and I was bored, so I figured why not. Hopefully you guys get some insight about how the businesses were started and really get to know the owners as well. So enjoy, and if you know of local business that would like to partake in this, speak to me over Zoom or Skype or whatever, let me know. I would love to talk to them. All right, take care.
Is there going to be a start point? Did we start already?
Oh yeah, I mean, we start whenever we want. This is start point.
Well, first I want to say, I think what you're doing is amazing. I think it's, and don't be bothered if I'm like, because I have some orders that just came in. But what I think you're doing is just fantastic, because a lot of people are sitting home, they're getting anxious or frustrated. I think it's a great time for us to discover ourselves and find our passion, find our hobby, find the things that sometimes we don't have time for. I think this is just like we all hope and pray that we don't ever experience this again. But to have this time, it's all about using the time that we have, because time is not guaranteed and life is not guaranteed forever. So what the time we have, I just feel that it should be used, every minute should be used, and be valuable, right? Regardless of, we don't have a job to go to. Yes, that's unfortunate. We don't have a job to go to. Sometimes we don't have that option, like as this is the case now. But for you to actually take the time to motivate yourself to find a path, I think this is what it's all about. I think everybody, I don't know if I wasn't a Mission Essential employee, didn't have a restaurant. Honestly, I don't know how I would be handling staying at home all day. You know what I mean? I say all the time, I'm like, oh, I work 7 days a week. I would love a day off. But then you get a day off and you're like, what am I going to
do? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. When I think of business owners, I think of people that bet on themselves, right? And right. I'm always betting on myself. And so reflecting that and acknowledging that, I'm always trying to empower those people that are saying, hey, I'm going to start this, I'm going to do this. I want to keep them going, in some fashion or a way. But I also know there's always a story behind how they got to where they are. And that's kind of where I'm curious of, first of all, when did Buenos Tacos, when did you guys start that?
We opened the 1st of January, 2017.
Okay.
I believe 2016 was the election year. So we were coming off the whole, election where Trump was president. Everyone was still kind of in shock, because you're in the future when Trump's president.
Yeah.
So, and I never tried to get too political, but the facts are facts. He's a commander-in-chief, and me being prime military, I'm always going to have respect for whoever's in that office. But I think that it was just such a turning point with a new president. I'm a veteran-owned business, just getting this business off the ground, very difficult, very tough. Being in a location that really doesn't work really great with in the past several businesses that have been here. So hitting that uphill battle, and then just trying to do the best by myself, or do best by the people and for myself, in the sense that just trying to do the right thing each and every day, and give the product to the people and the customers something that really I couldn't find. Like, there's a couple of places that here and there, but they're so far apart that you have to kind of commute to get something that's fresh and delicious and healthy. But yet there's, no offense to the fast food restaurants, and I won't mention names, but they're on every single corner. Right. And a lot of it, obviously, it's mass produced, so it's always going to be processed, always going to be high in sodium. So the concept here, me starting off with the juice bar, coming into Buenos Tacos, was just to have something that was that would complement the juices with healthy bowls and tacos. I've been in the Mexican restaurant business for the last 15 years, so just complementing the juices with fresh, healthy food was just my inspiration to start and open and just not be stagnant. I always want to grow and change. I think that's an entrepreneurial spirit that you just can't stay still. Change is inevitable, and constant motion has to be a part of that each and every day. So
did you who taught you how to cook, and was it a family thing? Is this Buenos Tacos, the restaurant, is it a family business, or is it more of yourself?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I probably couldn't cook rice the first day I got here. Now I've been in the restaurant business for a while, but I've been I've been a waiter, I've been a manager, an assistant manager, I've been a dishwasher, I've been a busboy. So, but I've never been a cook. I mean, I played it on the grill, I make my own food, but as far as sitting, behind a stove for 8 hours a day, cooking rice, cooking meat, so I had to learn all that really fast, because when you're in your own and you're running your own business, and someone decides not to come into that day, or someone gets sick, you kind of have to know all aspects of business, especially being a small business. So that's where I really had to step up and just figure it out. And luckily, I mean, whatever, a lot of YouTube videos later, and a lot, YouTube is like, that's where you can learn anything from there. But I just feel like it was something that had to be done. I did have the chefs that I hired initially to show me and train me. I was always there, but then eventually I ended up taking over the position full time, which, you're never ready for things like that, but you just kind of got to jump in and make it happen. I mean, that's kind of, it's either do or die at that point when, someone doesn't show up or gets sick or can't come in. I mean, over the last 3 years, that it happened. So,
when was that? When did you transition from having a chef to being the chef?
Probably the first year. I brought a really, I thought he was a really great, kind of all around, I guess you could say, like, we kind of knew each other, and he did a lot of great work in the past, and he was in a position where he needed work and I needed to hire someone, so we brought him in. And unfortunately, we had to go our separate ways. When I started this, I started with a business partner, and he kind of, did his thing, and they didn't get along. So I ended up staying here by myself with them going their separate ways, and kind of one of the situations where no one wins.
Right.
You got to learn how to get along in any business, because no business is done alone. There's gives and takes, there's compromises, there's negotiation, but it's all for the good of the business tomorrow and the next day and 6 months and a year and 5 years from now. So it's all conclusive. So it's always a give and take. It's like, hey, I need Sundays off. Okay, we'll give you Sundays off, but I need you Friday and Saturday. Okay, make it work. So unfortunately, when he left, I was kind of stuck holding the ball, but I am happy for every experience and everything that happened, because now when I do bring new people in, I can train them and show them exactly how I want it. The food is more consistent. It's the knowledge is with me. I'm the owner. It's my business. So I'm ultimately responsible. So if someone's ultimately responsible for the product, then they should know from point A to point Z, everything in between. And so that's just I couldn't be happier. A lot of people have investments and businesses that they can't say that. And I'm just glad that I can say, I mean, I would like to have that kind of, opportunity, but it's nice to have it. And especially in the business I'm here 7 days a week, 3 years, to this day. And the really only days that we're taking off is holidays, Christmas, New Year's, maybe we might close a little earlier, but New Year's is our anniversary. So we kind of stay open because we started January 1st, 2017, and we're just going from there,
Oh, wow,
keep
awesome.
it consistent on our anniversary.
So now that you owned your business for the last 4 some years, what's one thing that keeps you going? Like, is it the customers? Is it the joy of cooking? Is it the family aspect? What is it that drives you?
It has to be the customers. And forgive me because I'm in the middle of making a couple of bowls. I'm gonna talk and walk really quick.
No problem. This is probably the time where I cut you in and out, maybe, or do some editing.
No problem. I'll come back and I'll talk more in a second. But sure. I have to say, it's definitely. You asked why. what keeps me motivated, I guess, is that the question?
Sure, yeah.
Definitely just seeing, people and the response. I mean, I'm a big, I think as anybody, if you're a realtor, am I right?
Yes.
So when you sell a home, great, the commission's awesome. But there's also another part of that where you see a young family and, come in and you give them the key to their new home and they're walking in, they're happy and they're excited. They get to start this whole new life in their either starter home or their dream home. And it's just that reward kind of outweighs the compensation. So, I mean, we're still a struggling small business. We're still here trying to make it every day. We literally get money in and we're at the stores, So I know it's not going to happen overnight, but at the same time, even if you don't see an immediate profit, just the customers appreciating the food, saying, "Hey, we appreciate you being here. We love Buenos Tacos." Every time I hear that, that gives me another boost of energy. The batteries are charged up. I'm ready to rock and roll, and I'm ready to do it another day.
That's awesome.
So it's not, what I mean? I think once you find that passion and you're able to absorb and possess it, that's what drives you. And once you feel that 100%, then the money will come. Once you're passionate about something, once you're 100 and once you're invested completely, then you're just going to follow that path with your heart, and everything you do is going to be for perfection. It's going to be good. You want everything a certain way. I mean, I think eventually that follows, the consistency follows you, and you're going to be known for that, and people are going to count on you, and then the money is just going to kind of fill in. But give me 1 second, I'm going to take the drive through.
Sure.
I'm back. I'm sorry. I feel bad. We don't have to cut anything. I don't care.
No problem. That's priority. I think. Let's keep going. Sorry.
I just think that one thing is what we're doing here, because I know a lot of other restaurants. I mean, I completely respect, and this is such a serious time, and it's such a reflection. I believe that this moment of this pandemic and this quarantine that we're in, and I think so many people have taken it seriously, and my heart and respect goes out to all the restaurants that have decided not to open, maybe do some renovations during this time. So I take that very seriously myself, and that's why we've decided to kind of have a household restaurant, since we are already family owned. My mom, my dad, my fiance, we're all coming in working together as a team and not really bringing in a lot of outside help. Mm-hmm. We may in the past have had part-time help to come in at night or, help us prep and clean, but we've kind of taken over that responsibility because we do take this very seriously. We want to reduce our exposure to the public and to other people, social distance. So it's definitely a lot more taxing on us, but I think that's just one thing that we're doing right now to do our part. And at least that's what I tell myself every day. I'm listen, because I mean, I try to feel like I think right now everybody wants to do something. Everybody wants to have a role to play. So that's really what I think that, I think that everybody's trying to find their place during this pandemic.
Right. No, absolutely. Now, during this the pandemic, how are you guys serving the customers? Is it is it drive-through? Is it curbside pickup, delivery apps? How is it exactly? So that whoever's listening to this could reach out.
About a week before the lockdown, and I'm just gonna get off the screen because I'm loading up some goodies here in these bowls. But a week before the actual announcement, we decided that we were going to close our doors to help us social distance ourselves. And unfortunately, we were able to do that because we have the drive-through. I know a lot of small businesses don't have that option. I know we initially, I think I saw Chick-fil-A do it right away. And I thought, that's such a great example because it made sense. We have the option to do it through a drive-through. So why not kind of do it that way? And so we shut the doors down. We're reducing exchange of currency by directing all of our customers to go online. So that really makes a big difference because with being short staffed, we are able to answer the phone when we can, but during the rush and lunch and some of the dinner rushes, it's almost impossible to make all the food on time and take calls and, do the drive-through. So we're really just trying to limit everything to online orders through credit card. Last week, I stopped taking cash payments through the web, just because I understand people want to pay cash. That's fine. We can do it through the drive-through still. We have a very hands-free system where we have all of our sanitizer and throughout the drive-through. So if we do our handling money, we're trying to do it in a very responsible way. But right now, it's contact-free deliveries, hands-free drive-through, where everything's done through like either a serving tray, obviously gloves, and distancing responsibly. Just trying to do our part and keep this, do what we need to do to help. Obviously, there's a certain amount of people out there, so we're trying to be very cautious and just follow the guidelines that are coming out, new guidelines on a daily basis. Who knows how long this is going to last.
Of course. And one other question I had, if you were to recommend or highlight a business during this time, besides yourself, who would it be? Because I know you mentioned a certain business last time, and I forgot the name.
Let me get their business card. Give me a second, because honestly, I would not be in the position I'm in right now if now there's I have this card right here. There's an
why don't you explain so that everyone could actually hear it too,
Sure.
like the story?
Yeah, let me try to show you the card as best as I can.
Okay.
So Mobility and Beyond, it's an iPhone. Actually, basically, I guess it's a repair store. They don't just do iPhones, but they do all phones. The gentleman's name there is Orlando, and pretty much the first person to give me a call and say, "Hey, what can we do to help?" And I was like, "Yeah, I like to help too." Obviously, he has a lot of contacts. He's getting a lot of products in through to fix the phone, so he has accessibility to a little more than I would. Obviously, I'm at Restaurant Depot about once or twice a week, and so I was able to get extra gloves that we've been kind of handing out to first responders and people in need. And he has the ability. He was able to get in some masks that he was able to donate. So I just think that I don't know everybody in the community.
Right.
Obviously, I'm sure there's a lot of great stories out there.
Yeah,
I can say it's firsthand. Orlando and the repair store that he has here in Sayreville. And if you don't know where it is, it's right on Route 9, right behind Burger King.
Uh-huh.
And there's the new Planet Fitness that just opened next to the farmer's market. But
yeah,
he kind of just got me thrown into the fire and said, hey, I'm doing this. And I was like, yeah, I want to do this. And so we'd be kind of like back and forth, like, okay, well, when we found other people that are willing to go and do the legwork, that are actually distributing the masks and the gloves to first responders, PD, fire. So, we're all just trying to work together and do whatever we can do. I've also extended my my help to any people, anyone or any individual group out there that needs help or doesn't have maybe say older folks or people who are in need. We've already advertised free ginger shots to the public. You can come to our drive-through. We're going to give you a free ginger shot. No questions asked. No, no purchase necessary. We just, ginger's been known for the age of time to be able to fight. It's been known as a cold and flu remedy. I'm not making any claims. I'm just saying we have it. We can do it. We're going to give it to you.
For
So
sure.
you can come in anytime, get a 1 ounce of this shot. Anybody, kids out there that, are going hungry. We know there's a big issue with, the situation and schools being out and not being able to get the meals to kids, or parents are not being able to go to the school and pick up meals. You can just simply write in the special instructions, Corona relief. Sorry, did we lose you?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Let me try. I'm not sure how to block people from calling. So you could simply just, so back to that, you could simply just write in the special instructions on a delivery order, Corona relief for kids, and we're going to give you a free kids meal. And that there's really no limits. I mean, we're just trying to do what we can do to help. And I've already messaged and put out on Facebook, if there's any special cases, please direct message me, and we'll try to get whatever we can to whoever needs it. Because the support in the community, everyone I think is constant and consistent, trying to help each other. And when we can do something, we'll do it. There's no questions asked there.
Absolutely, I think that's exactly what we need in this time, and it's absolutely inspiring. Roberto, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I really appreciate you hopping on with me and explaining your story and hearing about it, everything. I really enjoyed it. I appreciate it. And I'm sure everyone listening. Well,
I'm sorry it's so crazy. And if there's something that we can do in the future, I'd be happy to to assist in any way.
For sure.
And I just think what you're doing is phenomenal. It's fantastic. Please continue to keep doing what you do. Hopefully we'll get through this safely, healthy. We'll continue to pray for the community and the world every day and get through this together.
Absolutely, definitely will. And if you have any other businesses that you think that would love to be on this type of forum, just shoot me a message, all right?
You got it. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Take care.